Live from the Overmind, it's Infected Radio with your hosts, Packerpimps and Voodoo.
So we got some emails the past couple days. There's been a lot of talk about people want to hear about some Zerg stuff, and something that's really popular right now is that's all over the ladder is the 5 Roach Rush build that people are starting to dub the Fist build. If any of you are familiar with the Team Liquid.
Why is it called the Fist build?
Because the guy who came up with it, his name is Fist Landus something or other. I don't know, some German name. And Fist Landus or something like that. So people are saying, hey, let's call it the Fist build. It'll be awesome. It's perfect.
That's really
right?
cool.
And like there was one post, some guy's like, yeah, you can call it the Fist build because it punches a hole through the defense and it's 5 roaches. And 5 fingers make a fist, and he's going on and on.
If this guy ever watches this, I'm sorry, but come on, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of lame. I mean, it does kind of work out that way, but it's kind of lame. So, I happen to think, actually, that this is probably the best opening build that a Zerg could possibly do.
I don't know.
Would you agree with that, Woody?
No. I don't think so.
Really?
No.
Okay. You don't really think that? Like, you honestly...
Because...
So what else is out there?
Because no build can be like a number one end-all, I can do this build every single time and beat anyone. Like, I just fast expand, that build's so good that he can do that almost every game and people know, and he still wins. You don't have to be, the Roach build seems cool maybe against like if you're close to a Terran and he wants to do like the 5 rack Reaper Rush, it seems to work pretty good. But I don't see it as being an end all, dude. I don't know.
So, but are you saying that Idra's is an end all because people know it's coming and still can't stop it?
No, his is an end all because he deserves the win if he does that. He's fast expanding. Everyone knows what he's gonna do, and he still goes, "Hey, what's up? I'm Hydra."
You realize that this is technically a fast expand also. So as the roaches
are pushing out to be a perfect fast expand?
Yeah, but as the roaches are pushing out, the whole point of it is to expand at the same time.
And it works out like that.
It does work out like that.
So you're saying it should be the very opening of every single Zerg out there right now?
I think if you want to get to Diamond, this is the build that you're going to need to use.
What happens if someone goes like a Protoss? Let's say we do it against Protoss and he has Immortals waiting for you.
You can't get Immortals out that quickly?
I beg to differ, actually. I beg to differ.
You can get Immortals out within 5 minutes.
With the good force field on the ramp, I could see a lot of stuff happening.
But you have to scout it. You would have to scout that coming. So you would have to know that the Zerg is going 5
Look, it's not that hard to scout it. If a Zerg's not fast expanding, he's obviously doing something one base. And that marks it down to like 3 options he has.
Which is what? Mutoling, Baneling, right?
Yep, or like a Baneling bus, which really isn't that... I mean, people do it against Protoss, but it's not like really, let's do it against Protoss all the time. And also, there's a Muta 1 base, which is kind of good. And then there's a 1 base Roach, which is that.
Look,
so 3 options.
Look, all I'm saying is if you can pull this off, and this is a decent opener every single game, because even if you can't get in or there is a good force field, then you just back up and you start to macro up, and bam, you already have another expansion. You got some other stuff going, and you build it up that way. If you can't get in with the initial push,
the only way I see it being really good is if you're close together on the map. That's the only way I'd see it being like, hey, I'm gonna do this build because I'm really close.
But there's replays of people doing it on Metalopolis and cross position.
But how good are those people? Like that he's doing it against?
I don't know. The guy, this Mr. Fist guy, says he's 500 diamond. Is his name, Mr. Fist? I'm gonna call him Mr. Fist.
Mr. Fist.
So Mr. Fist says that he is
Landis.
Yeah, he is 600 to 800, somewhere like that. I can't remember. I can't remember if it's 600 or 800 diamond level. Right? He says it's not necessarily. There's been some replies on it that say, hey, as you get higher and higher in diamond, it's kind of not as great because people are smarter.
See, then it can't be an end all build.
My point is, all I'm saying is, want to get from bronze to diamond or high platinum.
That's no way to get there.
This build will take you there.
That's like a Terran just doing like Reaper rushes like the whole time just to get to diamond, which won't happen. But
Why not?
trying to do that because you can't just do Reaper rushes against every race to get to diamond.
It's not as a Reaper Rush is not as viable or safe an opening as this is for Zerg, because
That's just so.
you get everything. You get the roaches, you get the
Yeah,
seedlings,
okay.
you get the
You get to
queens,
diamond.
you
No,
get
okay. Let's see.
the
Let's see. You
fastest
get
man.
to diamond. You get to diamond, and then you keep doing that build, and you still like you suck.
What did I
because you
say?
don't know
I
how to
didn't
do
say
it.
that you once you get to diamond, you continue to do it. I already conceded that people have said that in Diamond League, when you get in the middle or towards top Diamond League, it doesn't work as well. I'm saying from bronze, high platinum, low diamond,
That's no way to play the game.
this is the road to get there. But some people are only concerned about what level are you? What league are you in? I'm not going to listen to you unless you're in a good league. So, if you want to get into a good league, I'm giving
Well,
you
if that's how
an
people
option.
feel, then I'm upset with the StarCraft community. If that's how it's turning out, is of what it, like someone if you're happy in bronze, be happy in bronze. You don't have to do some crazy build over and over again just to try and get your way into like freaking diamond. So you can be like, oh hey, I'm a diamond. Look at me, I'm so cool.
I'm
No,
sure there are plenty of well, for the people
I
that
would be disappointed in
want to
StarCraft.
e-ping, then yeah, then it's important to them to say
Those
I'm in
people aren't
diamond and where are
StarCraft.
you? You
No,
know,
it took 10 years for Brood War to get like an end all build into like for StarCraft one that the Koreans actually used, like a normal like okay let's do this, and this is pretty much the best build we can do against any race, which is like fast expand into mutas and just do work, or like against Terran with the lurkers. it I don't see, what is it, it's been out for almost a month, like a month now.
yeah, about a month.
I don't see someone coming up with a build that just ends all right now that's
Okay,
just like oh my god it's the best.
okay. I'm not.
I'm gonna hold off and wait and see, because I'm sure there are plenty better builds out there for people.
All I'm claiming is if as you're a Zerg player, the way that you want to progress on the ladder or get yourself to high diamond, excuse me, low diamond, high platinum, this build, if you kind of master it a little bit, this build will take you there, and it can open you up to all kinds of different mid and late game stuff. It's kind of sets you up. That's kind of the good thing about the build that I like, is the fact that you also get an expansion. There's also time for you to macro yourself up a little bit to pull ahead of your opponent. If you can't get in with your initial push, that's kind of what I like about it. And if you can't, then you bring them back. You have somewhat of a defense, right? You pump some more lings,
Yeah.
and you just build up, and then you take the game from there. All I'm saying is, from that point on, it's up to you and how you work. The strategy ends after the either push fails or it doesn't. So when you push back, you know what? If you didn't make it, then fine. You sit back, you macro up. The rest is on you.
Yeah,
That's my
well,
point. That's all I'm trying to say.
I just don't like the build because one, it's too micro heavy. Two, I don't see it being a very good mid game. Like I'm gonna take Idra's, the king of Zerg, and probably one of the best StarCraft 2 players out there right now, if not the best mechanic wise.
I agree
Has
with that.
said one bitch Roach isn't as reliable as a fast expand, and it could really hurt you going late game, mid game, if you weren't already weak enough against Terran. Anyway, it's like I said, too micro heavy. People who do it just to get into higher leagues, so dumb. Oh my god.
Okay.
If that's how it ends, I'm just
All
I'm
right.
gonna
Well.
throw up right now.
Okay. Well, that's inappropriate. But here we
Well,
go. So
I'm
we kind of started out a little quick out of the gates here, but I want to hit this one email that we got regarding the only female pro StarCraft player. Do you know who I'm talking about? She did
yeah,
really
Toss
well
Girl.
in the
Is it
ML.
Toss Girl?
No, it's not Toss Girl. She did
What?
really well in the
She's not
MLG.
famous.
SocKe, right? With his
Oh, suck, yeah.
with the long Fabio hair. It's fantastic. It's good stuff.
Dude.
I'm sure he's a nice guy, but
I think he models.
come on, man. You seriously, like,
That's why he has the beard, dude.
this is
He
big
is-
enough, right? This whole thing, the StarCraft movement, is big enough to where this stuff is on TV, man. It's on live streams and YouTubes, and people can actually see you. It's not like it used to be back in the day when people played Donkey Kong at arcade games, and they just heard about these people breaking records. People can actually watch you, and you walk out in public with hair like that. Come on, man.
Dude, I think he does it on purpose, honestly. Because you see this guy, you're like, oh, this is my opponent.
I mean,
Done.
who does
Done.
that? Like seriously, who does that? That guy's hair
I
is
think he
probably
does it on
longer.
purpose.
It's probably longer than
He
Kim's
does
hair.
it on purpose. Probably.
His hair is probably longer than Kim's hair. My girlfriend
But
Kim.
I'm not gonna say anything about him because he's probably one of the best Protoss. He's a really good Protoss.
Look,
See him in MOG, he tore it up.
I'm not condemning his play. He's a great player.
Look, dude,
He's a good. No, listen. He's a great player.
No,
he has great micro. He has good macros. He's skilled, right? He put up a
Did you
great
see those
fight
side storms in the Vikings?
against Druby. I saw it. It was great. All I'm saying is, you gotta cut that. If you're gonna come out in public, you gotta cut.
Look, man, maybe it gives him powers or something. Good luck.
Hopefully it gives him something, because other than that, there's no point.
And how do we know? He could have 10 chicks back at home that he just.
Where's he
goes that
from,
way.
anyways?
I think Sweden or Switzerland. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on it.
No.
It's one of those.
Like Elon?
It's one of those neutral states, countries.
Neutral countries.
Yeah.
I wonder if he
One of
knows.
those,
I wonder if he knows the
Plus.
muscles from Brussels.
He could.
You think he
He
goes
could know the muscles from Brussels. Some more Jean-Claude Van
the
Damme.
great Van Damme? Oh my goodness, the muscles from Brussels.
Face behind a corner.
That's good stuff. So, moving on to another somewhat Zerg-related topic. A lot of people were having.
Zerg?
Excuse me, that's my race.
Whatever.
I believe last show we dedicated the whole show to Protoss.
Yeah, and it was a great show.
Yeah, well, we're getting
It's a great
emails
show.
about this show, and people are asking about
No.
Zerg stuff.
No. No one wants. No. Everyone's racist.
Have you
against
seen-
Zerg. There's bugs. Have you seen Starship Troopers?
I
Yeah.
have seen Starship Troopers.
No.
The
Terran
great,
owns.
the great Casper Van Diem.
Yeah. The
That's
little
Pico?
brain sucking bug.
Yeah,
That was some
Pico.
cool stuff. That, you know what? I think that's what they should bring in StarCraft. The brain sucking bug. It like you could take control over a unit and
It's
just
called the
takes them
Infector.
over. No, but that's really that
Take
sounds
control
cool.
over a unit. Yeah, it's called Neuroparasite.
No, dude. Like, okay. Like you have it in your base and it's some huge takes up half your base.
It's an overmind.
It's just some fat thing, dude. And you just once you take over the unit, you can start building them because you gain the knowledge. That would be so dope.
Gary Busey's son was in Starship Troopers.
He did. That knife thrown at his hand. That was ridiculous.
That wasn't him.
Yeah, it was.
He
Remember?
wrote-
He had to put his
yeah, he
made
did
him
have to put his
up.
hand again. That's good knowledge. It's good
Had
knowledge.
good knowledge. Thank you.
That's very good knowledge.
Thank you. Gary Busey's son knowledge.
that's great Gary Busey family tree knowledge.
That is.
So people are having trouble, not surprisingly, with Marauders and
Yeah.
tanks. Alright, so the best way to counter a Marauder, other than a Muta, right, is
Zerglings.
Zerglings
I feel yep, Zerglings.
and Hydras.
Yep, Hydras own them too.
Right. So a lot of people we're having some trouble with people. Terran would push out with Marauders, have some tanks to back it up, throw down some turrets, and they would just leapfrog forward, right? Leapfrog forward.
Yep.
Leapfrog forward. Well, I don't
That's
really.
a Terran I like. By the way,
That's-
StarCraft 1 Terran.
You talk about cheap
like-
Terran.
Well, I'm just marching forward. That's how Terran should be. Not the little MMM. Hey, I'm all mobile now.
Yeah,
not
let
StarCraft 1
me just stim and.
Yeah, and run in your base and kill you. That's
Yeah.
dumb. I like the
Although-
Terran, methodically going up one step at a time. That's cool.
Although
I can do
not
it.
not to isolate our Terran audience, but Terran if you can, like, when you watch these high level replays or when you watch MLG and watch some of these pros who play Terran, then you think to yourself, okay, that's good Terran, like that's what
Yeah.
the race should be, and that's impressive, and I can
Mhm.
respect that, and I like that. Like watching that, but the whole idea of M stim and
I hate
getting yourself all the
violence.
way up to mid diamond, I mean that's kind of rough.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Although MMM was big in StarCraft 1, SK Terran, they do it was MM, Medic Marine.
right.
But that was a lot of micro. It was worth it. I tried to do it once, just messing around, and it was rough. So that's worth it because it's a lot of micro to micro all those, with the bad pathing and all that, micro all the marine